It has seen good times and it has seen bad times. Liverpool, one of the oldest and greatest port cities in the world. Second home to the British Empire. Some say first home to true international trade. Trade and commerce that built Liverpool, once a tiny fishing port, into an urban centre boasting the biggest single collection of Grade 1 listed buildings than any other city outside of London. A maritime legacy responsible for bringing people from all over the world to the United Kingdom. Boom times for a location officially chartered as a city as early as 1207. A lively, bustling Victorian city, Liverpool grew rapidly through Britain's industrialisation. It maintained its unique place in British history, it endured war and conflict, but it didn't truly survive the Industrial Revolution and the modernisation of dockland environments. In the 20th century, the once great port was slowly dying. The city's name became synonymous with economic decline as traditional heavy industries collapsed. Now a new, positive Liverpool is emerging. A new atmosphere is in the air. A new modern Liverpool is rebuilding, the river is busy again, and the city is undergoing an economic and cultural boom. At the centre of this resurgence, Liverpool One, a unique retail development covering more than 40 acres in the very heart of the city. More than 1 million square feet of retail space to host more than 30 individually designed buildings and more than 600 new apartments. A shopping complex to link the city centre with the historic Albert Dock, a complex that is creating more than 5,000 permanent jobs and is expected to attract tens of thousands of new visitors to the city every month. The first phase of this enterprise should be finished and opened at the end of May this year. The second phase at the end of September.
The idea is that every successful city has a successful heart. If the heart's dying, the city as a whole is dying. And Liverpool was dying because its heart was. And this is really the heart of Liverpool. This is where it all started. The first commercial dock in the world is just down there. The quayside in the ground below there that we've uncovered through archaeology, that was really the place where transatlantic and in a way international trade started. Liverpool was the second city of the British Empire for well over 100 years.
It is thought to be one of the biggest development sites currently in Europe. It's expected to push the city from 15th to 5th place in the UK's Retail League table, overtaking Leeds, Newcastle and Edinburgh. It's the biggest regeneration scheme of its kind in Britain.
The whole scheme is costing around about £1 billion. And we've got 3 major British contractors contributing to the build process. Lang O'Rourke, Balfour Beatty and Kier Build. The logistics of the site are immense. It's a 42-acre site right in the centre of Liverpool. There are a number of affected parties around the periphery of the site, the perimeter of the site, which we have to liaise with as well. So it's a massive logistical headache for us, to say the least.
It is more than bricks and mortar, steel and concrete. It is rapidly becoming associated with Liverpool's reviving fortunes, a symbol of regeneration.
It does have a particular spirit, they say. It's something to do with the genes. It's been for a very long time now. It's been a melting pot of genes from Ireland, from Wales, from Scotland, from England, but also from different parts of the world, because it was a great port. It attracted people, and that mix of genes does give it a certain something, an edginess, we say, an edginess, a creativity, a slightly iconoclastic attitude to the rest of the world.
Top retailers are getting stirred by this too. Inside, the finishing touches continue, from clearing the covered car parks to polishing the floors. The outfitting goes on and on. The major department store partnership of John Lewis wants to open as soon as possible.
This one here.
They too see Liverpool One as more than just the face of future shopping, but a very real window reflecting stronger times ahead for the city and the region. John Lewis has been in Liverpool for many years. It views the change of location as uplifting in every respect. Something to be proud of, and they want to get it exactly right.
It's all right,
So got the
branded. Personally, I think it's a brilliant thing, being Liverpool-born and bred. And going back to the 80s when we had the riots, etc., Liverpool's always been seen in a poor light. And I think with this regeneration, we'll certainly put Liverpool back on the map. People do see us as key to the city centre. And I think we have a very strong following within there. But I think time is now to move, as you're moving house, to a new relocation, which is a purpose-built store, 240,000 square feet. 4 trading floors, whereas in the old building you've got 35 different compartments, 42 different levels. So for the customer it's a totally new experience, easy shopping experience for them, and in terms of service that will still be the same, if not better.
As the modernisation in and around the dock area continues, Liverpool does not neglect its past. Whilst it recognises the need for renaissance, it does not forget that its presence has come about from a long history of development. Liverpool has grown significantly since the days when King John used it as a departure point for Ireland, from the medieval days of castles and fortresses, from the days when slave traders used it as their major point of entry and departure. It has embraced the lessons of history. It doesn't shy away from those times and recognises its responsibility to educate new generations. It is home to a major museum about slavery and the move to abolish such trade some 200 years ago. It has now grown, culturally and socially, into a major multi-ethnic hub. More than 60 languages are spoken in the city every day. It's much more than a famous football club, much more than a famous racecourse. Visual culture in this city is huge. And again, Liverpool doesn't hold back in boasting of what it describes as a very real creative renaissance. Leading that area is Tate Liverpool.
Tate's relationship with Liverpool is a long-term relationship. We're married to the city. There's no divorce here. We have been very instrumental in, for example, getting Liverpool recognised as capital of culture. That was something that Tate, as a whole organisation, was very much behind, lobbying at highest level, and working on the ground to make that sort of thing work. The cultural offer in Liverpool is fantastic. If you've never been here, you really ought to come. We've got the best probably visual art offer outside London. We have fantastic theatres, we've got museums, and capital of culture is a way of showing that to a wider audience and encouraging those people to come and see us. So we really think that there's a great future here in Liverpool, and 2008 is a launch pad for the next 20 years.
It is almost as if this city is moving on past the days of the Fab Four. Tourists will, of course, continue to travel down this long and winding road, but Liverpool's cultural bus is moving on and seems ready for a new revolution. The city's population is rising for the first time in decades and now stands at around 450,000. It's been given World Heritage City status, and it's pouring new investment into new schemes covering education, entertainment and transport. Work has been completed on refurbishing St George's Hall. A new convention centre will open later this year. A new £15 million cruise ship facility will help bring the big liners back to the Mersey. There's even talk of a new stadium for Liverpool Football Club. New shapes and styles are all pointing to one thing: there is a new Liverpool emerging.